the biggest GOAT of them all, the greatest of all time to ever play a sport, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. You know who's working out, who's training and prepping for their golf tournament, getting their golf swing right at Michael Jordan's private golf course.
Story. So it looked like Caitlin Clark has had a private meeting with none other than the GOAT himself, Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Okay, this is wild. Caitlin Clark just played golf with Michael Jordan, not at some random course, but at his private invitation-only club. And trust me, the basketball world has absolutely lost its mind. This wasn't a photo op or some Nike event. It was an actual private round at Grove 22, a place where MJ himself handpicks every single member. The photos leaked, social media exploded, and now everyone's debating what this means for her career and her legacy. Before we dive into this, hit the comments. Is meeting Michael Jordan at his private club the ultimate flex, or is this just off-season networking blown way out of proportion? Let me break down exactly why this is such a huge deal. Because some people still don't fully grasp the exclusivity. We're not talking about some celeb charity tournament where anyone with a fat checkbook can show up. Caitlin was at Grove 22, Jordan's personal golf sanctuary in Hobe Sound, Florida. MJ literally built this place in 2019 because he was tired of random people recognizing him and slowing down his game. He built his own. We're talking an entire 18-hole championship course, a massive 15,000 square foot clubhouse, top-tier practice facilities, and apparently even drones that deliver snacks mid-round. Because regular beverage carts just aren't exclusive enough. And get this, the members handpicked by Jordan himself. No applications, no waiting list. Just personal invitations to people he deems worthy of sharing his sacred space.
Recently, she was on a golf course, but not just any golf course. These photos shared by a young lady who was on the golf course with Clark and wrote, "What a moment to get to hang out at the golf course with my favorite basketball player. She's as nice and humble as you can be. Hopefully one day we'll be playing with you." And you see, obviously, Caitlin there on that golf course. And that wasn't the only post about it. There was another account, I'm assuming her father, but he posted about it as well, that Caitlin and had herself a day. Brandon, with the same photo, played Grove, I don't know how it's said, and met the best female hooper in the game. That Grove golf course is Michael Jordan's golf course, which is apparently invite only, exclusive.
So for Caitlin Clark, a 23-year-old, to receive one of those golden tickets, that instantly puts her in the company of billionaires, legendary Hall of Famers, and absolute royalty in the entertainment world. This isn't just getting courtside seats or a quick celebrity handshake. This is being welcomed into someone's ultimate private sanctuary. And that signals a completely different level of respect and genuine recognition. Michael Jordan doesn't just hand out favors or feel obligated to meet every athlete who asks. If he invited Caitlin to play at his personal course, it means he sees something in her that truly warrants his attention. And knowing Jordan's incredibly selective nature about who he associates with, that right there is an absolutely massive statement.
Let's take a look here. We got Caitlin Clark taking a photo here with the kid. And a kid actually got the Caitlin Clark's on, if you notice. Yeah. Got the CC's on. And what's the big deal? What's the big deal, KTV? Shout out to off-season Caitlin Clark source. The location, Michael Jordan's private golf course.
Yeah, you heard that right. The GOAT just recognized another potential GOAT. Now, let's address the burning question everyone immediately jumped to. What in the world were they talking about? The official story is, they were playing golf. Sure, technically true, but come on. Nobody actually believes Michael Jordan invited Caitlin Clark to his private club just to discuss her putting stroke or club selection. These two were absolutely talking basketball. They had to be. The comparisons between Caitlin and MJ have been buzzing since her college days, and they've only gotten louder during her WNBA career. The insane media attention, the sold-out arenas, the record-breaking ratings, even the hyper-physical play from opponents who clearly resent the hype. All of it eerily mirrors Jordan's experience. So when these two finally meet in a private setting, the idea that they were just chatting about the weather and their golf swings is honestly just laughable.
Caitlin Clark getting ready to light up the PGA little situation they got going on that she'll be playing in. It's gonna be a record-breaking audience, as we know, as always with Caitlin Clark. It is a record.
Here's where it gets even more fascinating: the timing. This all went down during the off-season, right when most players are either grinding in training, globetrotting, or brand building. Caitlin had been pretty low-key on social media compared to her peers, which made this sudden appearance at Jordan's club an absolute jaw-dropper. When the photos popped up, she didn't tease it. She didn't post it. Someone else shared the pics, and then the internet did what it does best: completely lost its mind. The reactions? Everything from pure hype to wild speculation about her entire career path. What makes Grove 22 so special, beyond just Jordan's involvement? He literally worked with architects to design a clubhouse inspired by the flow of a golf swing. We're talking carbon fiber and glass, luxury locker rooms that look like 5-star hotel suites, and that central bar overlooking the course. This wasn't some generic club he bought. He built it from the ground up to be exactly his vision. And he invited Caitlin Clark to experience it. Social media predictably went chaotic. Fans were celebrating, calling it confirmation of her elite status, while others pointed out the undeniable parallels between her and Jordan's own intense rise. You even had the inevitable Nike connection. Though Jordan Brand is its own beast now. One user even spotted someone in the photos wearing Caitlin's signature shoes. Talk about an organic brand moment. But here's the kicker. Some people actually questioned if Caitlin should be playing golf instead of training during the off-season. This criticism is honestly hilarious, because it completely misunderstands how elite athletes operate. Jordan himself famously played tons of golf, even before huge playoff games, using it as a mental reset and a competitive outlet. If he thinks golf is valuable enough to build his own private course, he's probably not going to critique Caitlin for spending a day on it. Plus the networking and mentorship from the GOAT. That blows any missed conditioning session out of the water. Now let's talk about the business implications, because this is where it gets really interesting. Michael Jordan isn't just a legend. He's arguably the most successful athlete turned businessman ever. Jordan Brand generates billions. His investments, his cultural relevance decades after retirement. It all screams successful brand building. If Jordan is taking a personal interest in Caitlin's career, it screams that he sees her potential to reach similar heights of commercial success and cultural impact. This isn't just about being good at basketball. It's about being a phenomenon who could redefine sports marketing. The Caitlin Jordan comparison has always been deeper than just play style. It's about cultural impact. Jordan made the NBA global and turned players into brand. Caitlin has brought unprecedented attention to women's basketball, selling out arenas and shattering ratings. That parallel isn't lost on MJ, and it's probably why he wanted a private meeting away from cameras. And what does this signal to the rest of women's basketball? When the literal GOAT of basketball invites you to his private club, that's not just a cool experience. It's a monumental statement about your place in the sports hierarchy. It says you're at a level where legends want to associate with you. You're not just a good player, you're a cultural figure. For her peers, this has to be a mix of frustration and fierce motivation. Everyone craves that kind of validation, but almost no one gets it. What's more, Caitlin looked completely comfortable and natural in that environment. No starstruck awkwardness, just genuine ease and confidence. That's a trait you can't teach. She showed up to MJ's private club and looked like she belonged, which speaks volumes about her maturity and understanding of her own position. So what about the future? Is this a one-time thing or the start of a genuine mentorship? If it's the latter, everything changes. Jordan's super selective about who he advises. If Caitlin becomes one of those few, it's like a cheat code for navigating the absolute pinnacle of athletic celebrity. Imagine the business collaborations. Jordan Brand has been limited with women's basketball. A personal relationship with MJ could lead to huge partnership opportunities. Maybe even her own Jordan Brand signature line. Not just Nike. That would be monumental, financially and symbolically, essentially positioning her as the female equivalent of Jordan's legacy. Of course, critics will try to downplay this, calling it overhyped off-season content, but they're totally missing the point. Yes, it was just golf, but symbolism in sports and celebrity culture is huge. When MJ invites you into his private world, it screams to everyone watching, "You've arrived." It positions you as someone worth paying attention to, not just as a player, but as a cultural force. In a league still fighting for mainstream legitimacy, that kind of symbolic validation from Jordan is incredibly significant. Think about it: how many other NBA legends invite WNBA players to their private spaces for one-on-one time? How many offer peer-level respect instead of just patronizing support? Very, very few. This isn't just LeBron tweeting or Steph saying nice things. This is the GOAT bringing you into his sanctuary. And the authenticity is key. No PR, no coordinated photo shoot. just a genuine private interaction that leaked. That tells you Jordan genuinely wanted to spend time with Caitlyn, not out of obligation. Looking ahead, can Caitlyn translate this into sustained success? Meeting MJ is amazing, but it doesn't guarantee future performance. She still has to dominate on the court, but having Jordan aware of her, potentially invested, possibly offering advice, that's an immeasurable, undeniable advantage. And for women's basketball as a whole, it's positive. If Jordan's paying this much attention, it means the league is finally breaking into mainstream consciousness in a way it never has. That benefits everyone. So Caitlin Clark played golf with Michael Jordan at his ultra-exclusive club, and basketball fans are still trying to figure out what it all means. If this breakdown got you thinking, smash that like button and subscribe for more. Drop a comment below. Is this the most impressive off-season move any WNBA player has ever made?